Welcome back to the National Hurricane Center. This is Ken Graham right here in our operations area looking at the latest information on Hurricane Ida. I said Hurricane Ida. We are now a hurricane. We have the hurricane hunters in there and they found the winds to support 75 mile per hour winds right now. We are still moving northwest at 15 miles an hour, but now a hurricane's been getting stronger as advertised all day, and we can see that here. We got the hurricanes hunters in here, and you can see some of the little areas there where you see in light blue. They're looking at the winds. They're trying to find the center point for us, and just an incredible amount of development during the day as we thought. And I really wanted to, you look at this and you think about your traditional hurricanes. So much warm water over the Gulf of Mexico, and we think this track's going to go over some of the warmest waters in the Gulf, and we think continue to get stronger and stronger with time. And this is something to look at here. You really start to look at the information we have from the hurricane hunters, just looking at the center, but I think this is important to look at. You see what it looks like now on satellite. This is what we think it's going to look like as it goes over the Gulf of Mexico. Look how strong it gets. That's your traditional hurricane with the eye, and start backing this up a little bit. It's just important to show it, to really realize this is a very serious situation. This is what it's going to look like very close to landfall. So it's not just that center point. You can see the center eye here. This is actually the simulation from the model data, simulation of the satellite, and you can see just the intense nature of it, not just around the center, but well out from that. Rain bands as far away as Florida and Alabama. So pretty significant situation. We got to take this serious. You have today and you have tomorrow to get ready for this before we'll start seeing some of those impacts. We do have the latest track for you, the latest update from our hurricane specialist here. So here we are, close to getting to Cuba. We got a hurricane warning up for portions of Cuba. That's 2 p.m. this afternoon. Here we go over the Gulf and becoming a major hurricane. In other words, Cat 3 or higher. Forecasting a Category 3, can't rule out even stronger than that possibility as this approaches the coastline, where we have this hurricane watch up for portions of the Mississippi coast back through Louisiana. Getting real close to the coastline Sunday evening, but remember, it's so incredibly important to realize these impacts get there well before the center. So you think about Sunday evening having some sort of landfall, but look at the winds. This is the arrival of the tropical storm force winds. That's Sunday morning. So Plaquemines Parish, Lafourche, southern Terrebonne, southern Jefferson, lower Jefferson, start seeing some of those tropical storm force winds arriving as early as Sunday morning. So what does that mean? It's too dangerous to be outside when you start getting those type of winds. So you've got to be able to wrap things up. You got today, you got tomorrow, got to wrap up all that preparedness. Listen to those local officials. I'll tell you, it's just incredibly important. If they tell you not to be in that area or have some evacuations, please listen to them. It's so important not to be in these areas. It's just too dangerous to be in some of these areas with things like the storm surge here. Look at this possibility, the potential storm surge in some of these areas along the coast, 7 to 11 feet of storm surge. Morgan City, back over to Ocean Springs, some of these areas. This really accounts, there's 1,000 different hurricanes built into this model, bigger, smaller, left, right. So this really is looking at a situation with the scenario. Some of these higher levels could be the worst. We might have to adjust it, get stronger, different things change. We may have to adjust this a little bit, but that's what we're looking at. It takes into account those different movements. If it's further this way, some of these values on the east side could be lower, but you can't account for that. You have to go from a safety perspective with some of these worst case scenarios, really looking at the potential of what this storm surge could be. Even Lake Pontchartrain here, 4 to 6 feet of storm surge. Ocean Springs back to the Alabama border, 4 to 7 feet. So take it serious. Listen to those values. If you're in those low-lying areas, especially if you're told to evacuate, I just can't repeat it enough. Make sure that you listen to them and get out of these areas. So it's not just the storm surge, staggering amount of rainfall. So you have that storm surge, you have that rainfall on top of it, tough to drain, so it backs up. Significant flooding, so we have the wind, and we have the power outages associated with the wind. We have trees down with saturated soil, we have the storm surge, and the rainfall on top of it. In red right here, we're talking portions of southeast Louisiana, North Shore, South Shore, including Metro New Orleans, the potential of getting 10 to 15 inches of rainfall. And some of that could even be 20 inches where those rain bands set up right around the center and right to the right of the center. Mississippi Gulf Coast, some of these values 6 to 10 inches, some places higher. Even inland around Jackson up to Tupelo, I'm getting into extreme northwest Alabama. You can see some areas of 6 to 10 inches of rain. So extremely dangerous situation. Simple as that. Extremely dangerous situation. And if you really look at this graphic here, you got to have stuff wrapped up. You got the rainfall, you got the storm surge, and hurricane force winds to category 3, category 4 in some areas. Listen to those local officials. Got to have stuff wrapped up. You got today, you got tomorrow, and you're going to get the wind start arriving on Sunday morning, and really got to do everything you can to protect your life at this stage. So this has been Ken Graham here in the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. Latest information on Hurricane Ida. We will continue to update you as we get the latest information, but you're going to continue to see this storm get stronger and stronger with time before it makes landfall.